Hello everyone, it's your host Sanno here. Today is August 6th, a wonderful Wednesday. And today, I'm going to introduce a super interesting, trending article from the archive. It's all about protecting our privacy in the future of driving, which is, what's super important, right? The title is Experimental Evaluation of Post-Quantum Homomorphic Encryption for preserving communication. And the code is //hartzler.org/abs/ Wow, it's way too long. But you can find it by the title. So, let's dive into what this paper is all about. Okay, so first, imagine a future city with smart cars and intelligent transportation systems. These systems are awesome. You use data from all the cars on the road to do cool things like manage traffic jams. It helps us find the fastest routes. But there's a big problem here. All these cars are constantly sending out super sensitive data. Like where you are, how fast you're driving, and even your entire trip history. If someone with bad intentions got a hold of that, they could track your every move. Yikes. You might be thinking, no, can't we just encrypt the data? And that's a great question. We use encryption all the time. For example, when we're doing online banking or shopping, you see that little lock icon, right? That's thanks to something called solar tunnels. It's a type of secure communication that scrambles your data, so hackers can't steal your passwords or credit card numbers. That's a classic example of cryptography in action. Another one is data encryption on your phone or computer. It's a technology that protects your files. So if your device gets stolen, nobody can read your private messages or see your photos. But here's the catch with traditional encryption. If a server needs to actually use the data, like to calculate the average speed of all cars in an area, that's to decrypt it first. And the moment that data is decrypted, poof, it's exposed and vulnerable. This is where the super cool tech in this paper comes in. It's called homomorphic encryption, or HE for short. Okay, try to picture this. Homomorphic encryption is like a magical, transparent lockbox. You can put your secret data, say, your car speed, inside this box and lock it. You then send this lockbox to a server. Now, the amazing part is, the server can perform calculations directly on the lockbox without ever opening it or seeing what's inside. It can, like, add the contents of your box to the contents of another car's lockbox. Then it sends the result, still in a locked box, back to a trusted party, maybe your car or a traffic center. Only they have the special key to lock it. And inside is the final answer, with the total number of cars. But the server never saw anyone's individual data. How cool is that? It's privacy by magic. And there's another keyword in the title. Post-Quantum. This is super important for the future. Most of the encryption we use today could be broken by super powerful quantum computers that may exist in the future. So, the methods in this paper are post-quantum secure, meaning they're designed to be safe, even from those future quantum computers. It's like future-proofing our privacy. So, what did the researchers actually do in this paper? This isn't just theory. They actually built and tested it. They set up a lab to mimic real-world car communications over both Wi-Fi and wired Ethernet. They tested 3 different kinds of pipes called FM and F. They used them in 2 main scenarios. First, a simple one, encrypted vehicle counting. Imagine a car approaching a busy intersection. It sends an encrypted one if it's in the zone, and an encrypted B0 if it's not. The server at the intersection just adds up all the encrypted numbers to get a total vehicle count for congestion monitoring. It knows how many cars there are, but not which ones. Super simple, and perfect for the bath and boof schemes. The second scenario was a bit more complex, calculating the average speed. Here could send their encrypted speed, which can be a decimal, like 55.5 miles per hour. The server has to add them all up and then do a division. This is where the JAG scheme shines, because it can handle these approximate numbers. So, what were the results? Was it a success? Well, yes and no. The good news is, the paper shows that it's totally feasible to use this technology in many transportation scenarios. For example, the bath scheme was pretty fast for simple counting. The total delay was under 5 seconds. That's totally fine for an intersection to update its congestion status. The web scheme was a bit slower, around 10 seconds. This is great for less urgent things, like creating a traffic heat map of a city region every 30 seconds. The next scheme, which did the heavy lifting with multiplication, was the slowest, taking more than 20 seconds. So it's probably not great for real-time speed advice, but it's still useful for analyzing historical data without invading anyone's privacy. But here comes the big challenge, the not-so-good news. The delay of latency is still a major issue. The main reason is that homomorphic encryption makes the data size explode. A tiny piece of information like the number 1 can become a huge 132 terabyte file after encryption with BAV. This massive chunk of data has to be chopped up into hundreds of tiny packets to be sent over a network. Sending and then reassembling all these packets takes a ton of time. The paper found this communication delay was the biggest bottleneck, much bigger than the time it took to do the actual math. In some cases, the total round-trip time was over 20 seconds. This means that for now, this tech isn't ready for safety rate. OLAPs, like a forward collision warning system, which needs a response in less than 100 milliseconds. This also relates to other crypto tech we see, like digital signatures. A digital signature proves a message is authentic and hasn't been tampered with. You need that to be super fast for a safety message. And it's also connected to the world of blockchain, which uses cryptography to create secure ledgers. Both technologies are trying to use advanced math to build trust and security in digital systems. So to wrap it all up, this paper is super exciting because it shows that Post-Quantum Homomorphic Encryption is a real possibility for protecting our privacy in the smart cities of the future. It's practical for applications that can tolerate a few seconds of delay, like congestion monitoring or regional traffic analysis, but it's not yet fast enough for real-time safety systems. Future work would focus on making it faster, maybe with specialized hardware or smarter software. It's a huge step towards a future where our data can be useful without sacrificing our privacy. And I think that's just awesome. That's all for today's Trending Archive. This has been your host, San No. See you next time, bye-bye.